But here we go, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. The final game of the night getting underway. MVP Karnal representing Malaysia up against NeckBREAK representing India. This is for a place in the elimination match. They will be facing KU tomorrow. That will be the second match of the day. Who will be joining them?
And we are going to start things off here. Ritz, once again, they're going for the same bind they tried against the Australians. You know, just the smoke on Ritz. 4 members of Glock and armor. Well, they're taking it a little slow here. And of course, it's an elimination game. You lose this and you go home. And both the teams should be feeling the pressure here. They do have a smoke on Kays, who's over on the B side, where there's just 2 of them. That's Eamon and Kays and Xiva with the kit is looking near archway, while the C4 it's making its way over to the B side. It looks like it's going to be a B hit as we have even Mittel slowly falling back towards Banana.
It's going to be a 4-man stack over at the B side. They're going to be going in, as they say, Kays and Eamon. But they have managed to get a smoke down, and it's going to delay things massively. We're at 52 seconds already, so the clock is really running out on them. A-Star's the sole man that's pushing around A side. They're going to flash themselves through the smoke. This is a dangerous play. I mean, you see Kays already getting himself too. He doesn't quite get around the corner and get away with it, though. But Eamon still on site, gets himself mid-fifth down. Machine Gun's going to come around and challenge him. A-Star, meanwhile, on Speedway will get taken down. It's a one-on-one. Machine Gun getting the plant in, 1 row coming around. Machine Gun is going to check, and he's going to find him, but it's 1 row that comes out. A great headshot comes from him. He will get the defuse. Now for NeckBREAK, the plant did come down, which will give him a decent chunk of change coming into this second round. Will they go for a force buy? Will we see Tech 9s, or are they going to save it up?
I really think they're going to save it up and go for the this third round buy, by the looks of things.
Yeah.
I'm really surprised they pushed so aggressively through the smoke. They still had quite a substantial amount of time, 45 seconds, and just pushed in their case, got 2 easy frags and almost got the third man as well. So a little surprising decision there for NeckBREAK to push in so early, so aggressively, considering the fact that MVP just had that 1 smoke in hand. And let's see what they're going to do here. Full eco round coming out, and this should be a pretty comfortable eco.
Wanro's holding the angle in apartments. That's where Manant's about to peek around. He will manage to find 1. Mifif also checks around the corner. Wanro gets a second easy one with the M4. Ashap had been actually boosted by Zeva. Ritz is still pushing in there. Wanro's actually rotated around to CT Arch, expecting somebody to come there, but didn't realize that Ritz and A-Star were still in apartments, which Zeva now is about to check. A-Star creeping around. Ashap still boosted, still waiting for him to come around.
And that's a bomb down. That is actually the bomb down inside of apartments. I don't know if they spotted out that A-Star, he has the deagles, already got 1 frag, but he's got to land some of those sexy, I'm sorry, I'm forgetting.
I wonder if he's going to try and rush and rotate Machine. Oh no, Machine Gun's been taken down by Eamon. That was over on site. A-Star with the deagles.
Not able to do anything. He's going to get shut down there by the P90 from Xavier. And now NeckBREAK, the first buy round. They still haven't got a round on board here.
So, simple stuff from Karnal, but now we see the rifles. This is what NeckBREAK got for planting that bomb in the first round, and also picking up quite a few kills, which is already a great start for NeckBREAK. You know, much better than they had against Renegades, their first showing. You know, it is a devastating on the morale to go down 16-0. Even though they finish with smiles on their faces, deep down they won't be too happy with the performance.
Of course
they're
not.
They're going to be looking to try and get something here.
Indeed, they will. And they have a pretty interesting. Well, Eamon with the Max 7 is looking near sandbags here. He could do massive damage if he lands a shot here. He's got K's as well. They push up a little aggressively. They do have 3 smokes still in hand. They can pretty much delay this push. The smoke comes out from Eamon. That's gonna force Machine Gun to fall all the way back over to mid-range Zebra with the P90 and HAP as well. I don't think they know HAP was boosted on top the previous round. This could be a surprise for them if they do push into mid here.
He did boost there a moment ago, so I'm not too sure if they saw him though, actually, when he was in this position.
He was boosted in the previous round.
He was boosted, but I'm not sure if they saw him in that position. They are going to flash out. He's not going to check it though.
35 seconds remaining here. They need to make a play very, very soon. As it's going to be A-Star finding A-Shot, but Eamon is going to peek out with his swag 7, gets 1, gets a second kill as well. The C4's dropped, and he runs back into the flames as Machine Gun from beyond the graves leaves a parting shot, and it's going to be Kays. He's still alive inside the side, however. He gets 1, he's going to get a second. Yes, he is. Last man left alive is a Mittel in a 1v3, and he's not going to live much more longer than Xiva. is going to end his misery there. 3-0 to MVP Karnal. And, well, MVP, they managed to hold fort against NeckBREAK's first buy.
Well, their first rifle round, and it proves to be not very fruitful. They didn't really get a great deal from that one. It is just Machine Gun obviously picking up that singular kill with the molly. Really down to more luck than judgment. That's the problem, because the one guy runs back in there. A-Man's gone back to the Mag 7. It did work for him, he got the double kill, but it's going to be a quick push up to the top of A-Man. Look at that. A-Champ pops out, gets himself a triple. All too easy, beautifully flashed out by Xavier there. And A-Man finishes it. Well, done deal for that round. It was just a pistol for NeckBREAK, so this is the one that counts. But if they don't pick up this rifle, I feel their morale may well be a little broken, as they are in danger of falling away from MVP Karnal.
They gotta be wondering, what is the sense of deja vu we're feeling here?
Yeah, exactly.
And that same map where Renegades completely demolished them, but now the second buy round, let's see what they're gonna try here. The nade coming in, Machine Gun taking some damage, not too bad however, and Eamon still with the Mag 7. He must have made a substantial amount of money already. Or perhaps not, but $4,000, $5,000, an average of $5,000 on all the players for MVP Karnal. They should be feeling pretty comfortable here at the moment. And for NeckBREAK, though, Eamon once again, very, very aggressive play from MVP. That's a very surprising thing we saw them against KU earlier today. They had a very aggressive CD side, but on the T side, they were surprisingly much more reserved, I'd say.
Pushes on mid there was just a kill. Ritz came out of that doorway there, will get taken down. A-Star as well. So at the moment, Xavier doing a solid job defending the top of mid. Again, NeckBREAK, one by one, peeking around corners, checking angles, but no revenge frags, no follow-up, no nothing to come from them. This time Mythif and Manan will try and push on towards Xavier. He's on CT Arch, but again, look at that. Pop flash coming around the corner, does try and get himself around. He did manage to land the flash, and he gets out safe. Indeed,
and you got to be asking yourselves, I mean, NeckBREAK, of course, it was a complete demolition, like we've been saying for quite a number of times already by Renegades, but I really thought they would have learned their lesson by now, not going for the single-man peaks, at least going for the trades. No trades coming in, already 2 men down, and they're going to save it.
Yeah, they got nothing to do here, and this is what Khan was pointing out earlier. It's like clearly they've obviously got the aim, the skill, aim with the gun, but as a team, they are just not playing together. There is something not working, communication breakdown. I don't know what it is. But clearly they are not moving as a unit, they are not checking areas, and MVP Karnal have got a very easy job in the first 5 rounds so far.
Indeed, and I'm looking at MVP, it's a complete different... Looking at them, they look like a complete different team altogether from NeckBREAK, considering when you saw them play against KU as well. Although they did lose quite a few of those rounds, they did kind of have a communication breakdown late in the game.
Is this something we've seen from NeckBREAK? Where obviously you did the online qualifiers. Is this something you saw from them? Is it all aim? Is it all single individual skill that's been raining through? Or was there a good teamwork coming from them?
Well, that's the thing. Like compared to most of the Indian teams they face off, to be very honest, they could pretty much out-frag everyone.
Yeah, so they can get away with it.
They could get away with it, not really get punished, but against a team like MVP, well, they're going to need much more than that. As Eamon and Case reply back with a quick 2 kills on middle, and A-Star and Machine Gun have got a frag up. He's Eamon still alive with a Mag 7 of his, but it's going to be Ritz who finally takes him down, and Case all alone here in a 1v3, manages to bring it back to a 1v2. The C4 hasn't been planted yet, however, as A-Star.
Yeah, they still haven't managed to find it. A-Star's going to have to go find it. Case is going to come around. Now, he's in a good position. If Mythil's not checking the corners, checking the angles, he's only got 22 health. But A-Star, is he going to be looking? He's looking to plant and he's going to find him. A-Star will come out on top in the duel and pick themselves up the first round of the half. And again, honestly, while they did move as a unit a little better, it was still down to individual skill, just winning out those duels.
Winning those duels, exactly. And I don't think this is something they should be relying on throughout, because MVP will reply back.
Well, and Case has got the AWP now.
Oh, this could be scary. This could be scary for NeckBREAK, because they did lose a lot of members previous rounds. Ritz left just for the CZ, I'm sorry, to play with. It's a little late in the day.
ZZ, it obviously depends where you're from. We technically would say CZ,
yeah.
But since Anders has said CZ so many times, I think everybody says it now.
The A-Chap is going to open things up with a headshot on the A-Star. And that's a danger man taken out of the equation. A-Star did manage to pick up, I think, the triple kill the previous round, if I'm not mistaken.
He's a CZ75 as well, so...
Tomato.
Americans and English, effectively.
And A-Chap's gonna fall back. He's been flashed back as Ritz. He's got his hands on the gun from his fallen teammate, and they're trying to make this play here. But that's the thing. They have the resources. They got 3 smokes, nades, flashes, mollies. They're not really using. Just peeking out one by one in one row. And A-Chap, we're gonna punish them for that. And that's all down to machine gun and make that just middle left. All alone in a 1v5. The bomb dropped as well. There's absolutely nothing he can do.
They got themselves really in a weird stacked position on quad there. They were literally 4 people on quad. Look, the bodies are stacked up, but one by one they looked around the corner of quad. And one by one they died because Karnal had 3 guns aimed at that exact location. It was easy for them.
And they didn't use any of the resources. They had a couple of mollies, 3 smokes, nades, flashes, nothing.
And that's always criminal when you die with a big stack of nades on you. And now they've gone for this weird 2 deagle P250 split across. Don't know really what we're going to go for. They didn't go armor though. Just trying to see what they can get, but may well just be better off saving the money entirely and just going straight pistols. K's, well, once he starts hitting these shots, it's problems for NeckBREAK.
Meanwhile, Machine Gun don't manage to land a deagle shot onto, I think that was Eamon, but one row gets the revenge frag as well. Massive man advantage here, and this should be round number 7 for MVP Karnal. K's with the op, such a dangerous opponent. He's gonna miss 1 shot, however, and take some damage. He's gonna fall back.
I think if Machine's gonna try and save this M4, he's gonna have to hang on to it for a very long time. Now he's gonna try and make use of it. Back up Ritz a little bit, but if Ritz gets popped quickly, it is going to be A-Chap just around the corner. There's going to be a pop flash, catches Ritz perfectly with it, and then goes around. That's smoked off, so it is going to be a quad push. And, well, A-Chap's already passed back in towards pit. He's going to have K's with him, holding off from Library. I don't think he's going to need it. He gets the 1 taps down there, and A-Chap picks himself up a very easy double.
Indeed he did, and A-Chap, he's so good at holding the truck area. He's so very good.
He's basically what they call a turret. You know, give him that location, he will defend it.
He will defend it, indeed. And NeckBREAK just getting 1 frag that round, and they're going for a pretty shabby buy here. I'm not sure this is highly advisable considering they haven't really been able to do anything even with the AKs. They do have 4 Galils, just 1 smoke and a few flashes on A-Star, but let's see what they're going to try here. They're going to just come barreling out into mid, I'm sorry. And Exiva and One Row is just going to pick up the rack of the frags there. Finally, middle left finds one, but One Row replies back once more. One Row has been playing so good throughout this entire tournament so far.
Oh, Casey's coming around. Yeah, there we go. That's going to be Mythurf going down. Machine Gun, the last man, and he's a mile away. The bomb's been dropped at quad. Machine Gun's nowhere to be seen. He's going to just sit this one out in sandbags. He's got a minute to try and hold on to this gun, though. I'm pretty certain Karnal are not going to allow him to do that.
Look at the money MVP is sitting on, an average about, well, 6,000, 10,000, 8,000. That's ridiculous amounts of money so early on in the game here. And pause coming in. It looks like they're going to be going for a tactical pause.
It's the right time, I guess. It's going to be 8-1. It's now an unwinnable half, but the game is far from over. They have only got the 1 round on the board. They need to just get themselves together as the team. Start attacking as a unit, be it, you know, with Tech-9's AKs, whatever. They need to start getting into those sites, flashing themselves in, covering each other off, getting the revenge kills. Machine Gun almost coming out on top here.
But now they know exactly where he is, and they should be going in for the hunt.
I'd be surprised if anyone actually challenges it. Why did he challenge again? Why didn't he just wait for his teammates to come around? That was greedy, and that was an unnecessary kill for Ayman. Yes, he can afford to buy back a rifle, but he had no reason. Once he got tagged down to 10 health, shouldn't have bothered peeking again.
Indeed.
Just let his teammates come around.
But I guess MVP feeling slightly a little complacent considering where they are on and the position they're in right now. I guess you really can't blame them for it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously you can just buy and pass a gun to him, which is what A-Chap just did. Just managed to hand off the gun over towards Ayman. So 8-1, pause coming out, NeckBREAK. Should be need to discuss what the hell's going on. The most they can afford is the Tech-9 armor rush.
I really feel they should be just going for, you know, maybe a few P250s. Try and get a bomb down at least. Try a bomb rush. It's okay, something different. And try and mix things up a bit. But MVP Karnal, they are looking to just close this out as soon as possible. And they're going to be meeting, I think, who's on the team? My brain, my mind is failing.
Oh, they'll go through to face Kiyu, which would be a replay actually for MVP Karnal if they were to get there. A very close match, 16-11. Could have gone either way. Indeed. If Karnal had have maybe not forced a few buys towards the end there. Could have certainly picked up a couple of rounds. They will need the likes of Kays to be hitting the big shots. And more A-Man as well. I think he had a great game, the in-game leader for them. But NeckBREAK, they've come out of the pause somewhat strangely. Look at what they've gone. Machine Gun and Mythilf have decided, you know what, let's get some head armor. Let's spend 1,000 while the rest of our team doesn't, which
makes no sense.
Makes no sense at all.
But they are gearing it for this push here, and One is waiting for them. He's gonna finally fall the middle, but HAP, he takes some damage, however, but it's still alive. It's still alive. Finally, Riz is gonna get the frag onto him, but Xeva is alive. He's gonna fall as well. Wow.
This has worked out well. They actually tagged as a team. Now, if they can do this with rifles, then they are looking good. A-Man's gonna be coming in and around the side there. They're going to stack up. Molly goes down, manages to catch the one out there from Moto. Can he get the second? It is going to be Mythilf. Oh, now Molly's going to be on top. That's going to burn him out. He's not going to get out. And it will be a defuse for Karnal.
But they didn't get the bomb down.
But they did well. They got the bomb down. They got 3 kills. And that was just with pistols, barring those 2 armor buys, which were a little weird. But it does give them enough to buy themselves straight back in. And more importantly, A-Star's got his hand on an AWP, which is passion across the machine gun. Let's see what it can do with this.
And that's exactly something they should be trying on the buy rounds as well. You know, try something different. And let's see if we're going to try anything different here as machine gun. First time we're seeing him with the AWP here. I don't think they were ever able to afford an AWP when they played against Renegades.
They went for the double nade down mid there. Didn't actually manage to land too heavily on anyone. Machine gun got tagged up down Banana as well by nade, but it was only just a little brush rather than a full cap case. Holding the angle. Machine gun just hoping that it's going to peek around AWP on AWP. Who is going to come out on top?
Machine gun. He peeks out here. Oh, he is. And Kays, he's not going to miss those shots. And that's a man advantage early on. And no one to trade for machine gun. No one to flash him in. I don't know why to do this.
Look at that. Sees the AWP. Says, thank you very much. Am I going to collect it? Or he's actually just expecting him. Is he going to bait it? Yeah, he's just
this is good. This is great play.
Collecting the gun. I think he's just tossed it up onto the roof as well.
And remaining members of NeckBREAK, they are going in for this A play once again, but they made some noise, but it looks like they're falling back all the way over to Banana Munnan, just checking if there's a man pushing out from Banana, but it's, I think that's Kays.
They've got a great crossfire. If you look, actually Asia, they're going the one direction that could work out. A-Man's the only man that's checking CT Arch. He is just to the left of them right now. They're all going to come across. Oh, he just looked away. Just looked away the second they crossed. They haven't even looked at him. A-Shap's going to hear them right now. Xavier will manage to catch him out. One row as well in pit, but A-Shap would have gone well, but A-Shap strikes once again. The look was with them. The look was with them. A-Man literally looked away at the exact moment they passed by on CT Arch. But unfortunately, A-Sharp is just not missing. He's landing every shot.
Exactly, and also, again, yeah, the M4A1, sometimes in that chaos, you tend not to figure out where you're getting shot from. And, well, A-Chap, let's take a look at this kills here. Wenro and Kays on 12 frags apiece, A-Chap on 11, and they're just doing a massive amount of damage.
That was the double nade straight down mid again. Now, this is something A-Chap and Xavier have been doing every single round. Kays is holding the angle once again at Banana. Machine's going to be coming looking.
Oh.
He steps off.
Oh, what a flick shot from Kays. It peaks out, takes on one as well, and this is just an absolute massacre.
Yeah. This is a problem. It's 10-1 already, and now Kays is starting to get his rhythm going. Managed to find a double, but now he's been taken down. But Bomb is still loose in there. This is risky.
Oh, mental jumping shot, and it's now all of a sudden a 2v2 as one row and A-Chap. A-Chap just 13 points of health. It's just rushing in here, and NeckBREAK. It's Ritz in middle. All them pretty low in health, and this is a great fake.
It's still a long foot race, and I think they're expecting it. The bomb has been planted already, so one row is going to beat them. He's going to get to library by the time they get on site. The question is, will he get the angle?
As they will go crossed over already. Oh, he gets caught out!
Molly is going to be on point, but doesn't manage to get it down. Yeah, very, very lucky. This is going to be a save, though, from A-Shap. He's not going to go for it, so it will be the second round for NeckBREAK. Now, let's think back. It was a 10-1 last time against My Revenge against Mongols. And My Revenge managed to pull it back to 10-5 and then take the game.
16-14.
It's still a gigantic ask for NeckBREAK, but it is possible.
It is possible indeed, but NeckBREAK, well, I really don't want to say anything at the moment. Let's see if they're able to pull off any more magic here as A-Chap. They really should be going for the hunt, considering their economy at the moment. But, well, they didn't lose any more weapons, but the money is so obscene on MVP at the moment. They should be very comfortably able to buy up everything available in the market. Case once more with the ARP.
Let's see what they've learned from that, because that was a solid coordinated attack. It's going to be a 5-man push straight up. They're not going to get caught out by the nades this time. ASAP and Xavier not going to go for it, but they have 3-man stacked over at B this time, MVP Karnal, and we can see, certainly on the minimap, that is nowhere near. So they haven't taken all this grenade damage like they did in the previous round, and they've got themselves in a great position. Look at Ritz. He's got the backup of Mana and A-Star. They're already through on pit.
But look at the rotation coming in from
Wanro is going to be the man that will find them.
The 4-man already. The play is going to come out. It's Wanro who's going to spot out a C4. Ritz going to fall, and now they know exactly what the C4 is. And I like this play. A-Star picks up the C4. He's going to fall back, and A-Chop is going to find a frag on the middle as well. And this is just falling apart once more for NeckBREAK. As look at Xavier pushes in, but he gets blinded. Machine Gun finds one, but he's going to get taken down by Wanro. And I'm sorry, there's one Machine Gun and A-Star teaming in for a couple of frags. Quick frags as Eamon and Kaze in a 2v2 here. A-Star. And Kaze goes for the flick, misses it, it's completely blinded, it's gonna fall back. Oh, this is a round that NeckBREAK should definitely try and hold on to. A-Star is still lurking in the smoke here. This is a risky play in the smoke. This could dissipate any moment.
That's lingering in the smoke. This is nicely done here.
Oh, this is
He could get around the back of them. They've got to go for the defuse. Time is ticking. They have to go for it. He's managed to catch a glimpse of them. They can spray down straight through it. He's got to manage. Oh my God! Kaze!
This man!
I think he must have been blind shot, no scope through the smoke there. There's no way he saw him.
He just heard the shots and yeah, I'm going to take the shot.
I mean, obviously, players will see the tracer fire. They'll flick straight towards the tracer fire. That was really unfortunate for NeckBREAK. You felt he'd actually played that round out perfectly. He silently managed to work his way through the smoke to catch him in the position, but that's heartbreaking for NeckBREAK.
He almost clutched it. The guy was defusing. I think
he was on nothing. Yeah, he should have been dead.
He was like 1 or 2 points of health. That's it. He should have got it. But Kaze, this man is just a magician with the big green. As Wanro is just gonna completely annihilate this carpet play. A perfect flashbang comes out. Mitchell is going to fall as well, and Wanro just hungry for the frags. Finally, Machine Gun's going to reply back on a frag of his own, but now he's all alone in a 1v4, and he's got to get the ace to clutch it. This should be impossible here. A NeckBREAK, well, a little bit of heartbreak for them for the previous round.
A little too greedy for Wanro. He knew he'd already run out of bullets, so I thought he'd go and check with the pistol anyway, but it doesn't really matter. They're 12-2 up, so why not go for it? Try and get himself a 4K down apartments. And actually, to be fair, as usually the guy that defends apartments, he can get a little boring there, so he's just like, you know what, I want a couple of kills, they're coming my way, I'm going to get them.
you really can't blame them for being a little greedy at the moment. 12-2 on Inferno on the city side, and well, things are looking very, very dire. The last round here, they do have just a couple of smokes, but to be very honest, I'm very disappointed how NeckBREAK have underutilized the resources, barely using the smoke. I haven't even seen a proper smoke play, a basic one.
Look at Wanro. Oh, he's being aggressive. Manages to catch our Ritz. That was in apartments. ASAP also got flashed in to get a peek in mid, which gave them all the information they needed. They know Mana and A-Star are there. Xavier will finally get taken down, but ASAP's going to try and find him through the smoke. Wanro's going to pounce out of apartments. It doesn't matter. It's 13-2, ladies and gentlemen, to MVP Karnal. The Malaysians are looking in a great situation to get themselves a rematch against KU.
Indeed they are. They would be looking for blood. Just 3 rounds separating MVP Karnal from meeting KU, and that's going to be tomorrow. So tomorrow it's going to be the first game. The first game is going to be amazing. Sky Red.
Sky Red's the first game. Yeah.
Sky Red versus My Revenge Korea, followed by KU against the winner of this game, followed by, of course, the final 2 semifinals, the best of 3s, to decide who is. But we do now know the Australians aren't playing each other.
If NeckBREAK don't pick up the pistol, they're going to be very disappointed with their performance coming away from here with just 2 rounds. Because it's quite possible that if Karnal pick up the pistol, they're just going to 16-2 it, and it's going to be done deal.
I might need some tissues for that, but well, let's see what they're going to do here. As
the thing is for NeckBREAK, they knew they were in a tough group coming into
They were in a
one.
very tough group,
Yeah.
but well, everyone did expect them, but no one really expected them to get out of the groups unless you were like supremely patriotic or like really love the team. But at least a fight. But they have been very disappointed. disappointing, and they should be disappointed indeed. But let's see what they're going to do here. The pistol round is going to be Ritz and Metal opening things up, wrecking hits as Xavier, and Eamon are going to go down. The K's falls as well to Ritz, and it's going to be one row and HAP. Oh no, 2v5 here. One row is going to spot a machine gun. Machine 5 points of health, but it's going to get headshot on one row, and it's all on the HAP on a 1v5. If he finds one, he's going to find Asa's pretty low as well.
They know he's here. They've heard the bomb click collected. Mythil's going to be the man that gets himself the one. Could check around. Is he going to look downstairs? No. And he will get taken down. So, NeckBREAK do get themselves the round. Let's see how they can build on it. They're going to get themselves a couple of farmhouses, MP9s, MP7. P90 coming in from Ritz as well, but they really have to push it to MVP Karnal here.
And MVP Karnal.
They are going to go for the Tech 9, the Rec 9s. Oh, and a UMP from Kazi. That is aggressive second buy.
They are just going for the kill. They're like sharks in the water. They smell the blood. They want to snap the necks of NeckBREAK, and they just want to end this and go home.
No armor UMP. This is a really weird buy for the second round.
Well, the remainder, like you know, Xavier, Eamon, and Wonder, they do have the standard Tech 9 armor buy. And Case, well, you really can't say much considering the way he's been playing.
I don't understand why you wouldn't go Tech 9 armor instead of the UMP. I really don't. I don't see that one, but
faster rate of fire.
Oh, yeah, that's true, but
and Xavier got to open things up. Monon is gonna fall. His head getting annihilated there.
This is good passive defense from NeckBREAK, though. They've not shown themselves. They got one man on site. It was Ritz. He's been taken down. The last man in pit could make a difference, but unfortunately doesn't land the frag. And well, it looks like MVP Karnal's aggression has paid off.
That's why he bought a UMP.
That's why he bought a UMP. Manages to find the head of A-Star, and he could get the second of a machine gun as he comes up checking around this corner. But instead, machine gun will get himself one, living up to his name with the MP7. Tries to get the second down. Not going to work out.
Oh!
Cheeky one row. Cheeky. Tried to go for the knife. Not going to fall for it a second time either. It's actually making Karnal pay for this one. They are going to get the round. No, he's going to go for another knife here. They really want to get it. They know that they can try.
What is happening here? As Eamon finally gets the kill.
Oh dear.
But 14-3, that falls by.
I think MVP Karnal are having a little bit of fun with this game. I think it's safe to say they're in a solid position. They just need to close out the game. They've got AKs, they're against pistols, and this should be match point.
It should be indeed. A NeckBREAK, they need so much of fortitude and, well, everything else right now to bring it back. And to be very honest, as much as I would like my home team to do good, you need to be a completely blind optimist to believe that they're going to bring it back. But let's see what's going to happen here. As MVP Karnal, they do have a couple of P90s, a couple of AKs from Master picked out the previous round, and they're going to come charging in a bit of flashbang. He's completely going blind them as A-Star's got to pick up a double kill, but it's going to be Mittel finds one as well. Eamon replies back with a frag of his own. As it's all down now, and then Ritz peeks out of the right moment, rips the head of Eamon, and Mittel.
How did NeckBREAK just pick up that round? What in the hell? That was just, I mean, that was cocky, overconfident play from Karnal, no doubt about it, but A-Star did brilliantly in Arch, and they should not be picking rounds up like that. However, the speed, the craziness that Karnal are trying, the overconfidence, just kind of bit them in the backside there. They've still got a lot of rounds to go, 10 rounds differential between them, NeckBREAK.
Oh, and look at this play coming out from NeckBREAK.
They've got aggressive.
They're playing very aggressive. They're taking the fight to MVP, and Mittel is finally going to get a frag, but at what cost? The AK is now lost to the Malaysians here. This is complete utter chaos.
What am I watching right now? What am I watching? What kind of Counter-Strike is this? Just piling straight down mid? I mean, yeah, you knew it was against that. That's just craziness, though.
I really thought he'd have his teammates to back him up at the very least, but no, they just left him. You know what? You carry on. You do your thing. We're falling back, buddy.
It's left Manan and Ritz in a little tricky situation. They've had to double stack both sides, and well, we can see on A side it's about to get hit. Wanro's going to be the man that will be the first to come around the corner. Manan and Ritz, they have this covered off. Xavier's with him. He's going to come through boiler straight into quad. Wanro drops down into pit. He will get picked off. Eamon and Ashap going to follow through. The P90 spray, not really the greatest from range from Ritz. Ooh. And it forces him around the corner.
Gets tagged on pretty badly as well. I don't know what he was thinking holding that particular angle with the P90 as I mentioned. As Eamon is going to get the C4 down and Munan's going to come peeking out. Almost takes out Eamon. And Eamon replies back with a few parting shots of his own. Munan finally pushes out. Gets a frag, but the bomb has been planted. And Achap lurking here with the AK. This could be it. This could pretty much be it.
Ritz is checking his position. Machine gun It's down. A-Shap's the only man to come around the corner. There it is, NeckBREAK. Easy round in the end for them. That was a 2-man defense versus 4. Good rotation as well from the team to get in and cover them off, but really great hold.
Indeed, I guess it was basically MVP Karnal not really having the firepower.
Yeah.
And they didn't really get any frag apart from one. And they did get the bomb down, so they've done the job. They're going to go for the buy here. Smokes, flashes. Well, not that much of resources, but that should be enough for them to...
Triple stack on B side coming out from NeckBREAK, expecting a reaction from Karnal to switch things up here. But it's not going that way. Eamon was the only man that peeked it. Machine Gun trying to flash out and go aggressive, but I think they've realized that they're not coming this way. Now the question is Machine Gun going to just follow this up and just push all the way down Banana?
Manages to find Eamon through the smoke. Back. As 4v5, early man advantage here for NeckBREAK. And you gotta be asking yourself, do you smell a comeback?
I'm not going to get carried away yet. There's a hell of a long way to go. Machine Gun, because he managed to go deep, he actually forced the rotation. Ritz through the smoking cubby, just about hanging on in there while the shots get reloaded. He's going to be looking at that tracer fire, and he will manage to find one. He knows there's a second around there. Now he's got support backed up there. Milfoof is going to be the man that will get himself into cubby, and Kaze suddenly realizes that maybe this isn't the best angle. One row.
He's just on 2 points of health. He's making some noise in Banana, trying to fake it out, making at least a couple of NeckBREAK plays to rotate over, and they have indeed. So we have Machine Gun and Ritz over in the B side, but it's still 3 men to contend with. Mental is gonna peek out. It finds one. A-Jab replies back with a frag of his own, but it's now on 10 points of health. He's got a C4 and just 20 seconds to play with.
Machine Gun's got Arch covered off here. He's about to come straight around the corner into A-Shap. A-Shap with a grenade in hand. No chance. 14-6. Starting to look a little more respectable for NeckBREAK. They need to get a bunch more of these rounds. It's going to be a pistol from Karnal. They're just going to save up, so that would make it 14-7. So starting to look respectable for the Indian team.
Pretty respectable, but it's MVP Karnal, and we saw what they did with his pistols on the side
sadly.
against Kiyu nonetheless. So I'm just going to be as pessimistic as possible so I don't feel that disappointed. And Ritz goes for the shot, gonna miss, gonna re-peek out again. And right now NeckBREAK, they got nothing to lose. They just have to go for it.
No reason to second peek it there, Ritz, but he went for it anyway, and that's really
lucky.
the danger. If he was against, I would say, a higher caliber team, obviously not taking too much of Karnal, but I'm thinking like top European teams, they would have took his head being off there. Instead, they're going to pressure him. Does manage to use that pistol and work it. It will be NeckBREAK picking themselves up that 7th round convincingly, not losing a single person, so flawless. But now Rifles once again for Karnal. What are they going to do with this one? Are they going to realize, you know what? Okay, enough's enough. We've had played around. Let's actually close the game out now.
If NeckBREAK actually manage to bring it back, MVP are gonna be so, well, I can't use the word, but so unhappy with themselves, because considering the way they played a few of this around on the T side. Yeah. But if you look at the scores,
they've been toying with them a little too much.
A little bit too much, and NeckBREAK, to their credit, have just this is the 7th round on their CD half. They're just giving out 1 round. That's it. And K's with the AWP. He's such a danger. He's impressed me the most amongst everyone else today when it comes to the AWP. Apart from, I think it's Ricky, was it Ricky who's opting for immunity?
Yeah.
I think it's Ricky.
Yeah, it is Ricky.
And K's has been definitely on point. They look like they're going to be trying for this B-side push, but they do have to... Oh, it's going to be A-Jab who finds A-Star. And A-Star's been getting quite a few great opening frags on the CD side. And he pushed it pretty deep into alt mid.
That must have been off a balcony, was he balcony there? I didn't see where he actually died out. That was
I can search for
quite
his
impressive.
body.
Oh, you're going to go and have a look for the body. Nope, wasn't balcony.
No.
Oh, okay, so it was in it was at the top of apartments.
Oh, there he is.
Yeah.
He had tried to push.
He actually pushed all the way out. That was a little too aggressive, maybe.
And Machine Gun's gonna fall.
In a tricky situation already. They're on a 3-on-4. Manan has to go huge here. Ritz is going to back him up, but Kaze's going to check. One row will find the kill, and now Manan, well, he's in pit. And there's 4 coming towards him.
And he's gonna fall, and this looks like the end, ladies and gentlemen. As Metal is gonna fall down, it's gonna be 8 map points.
And you got to look at that role that A-Star just had there, pushing out, aggressive. Yes, you need to surprise the opponent now and again, but when you're in this situation, when you really can't afford to lose a single round, you put your team in a disadvantage, and immediately they struck. They went straight for A-side. They knew it was a man down. Karnal went aggressive, and now match point, and they're going to have 8 of those to try and live with.
And, well, for NeckBREAK, this is it, pretty much. They are just one more round away from getting knocked out of the tournament. And that machine gun with the AWP. Let's see what he's able to pull off here as Xavier and Eamon. Eamon's gonna pop flash Xavier in. Any moment right now. There we go. Machine gun goes for the shot. Slightly a little too early. Not able to tag anyone. Actually did manage to tag Xavier. Down to I think 80 points of health. I don't know how he did just 20 damage there. But so far neither team making much headway here. We do have to see we're still in Banana and well, MVP, I mean 8 map points to play with. They should be feeling very, very comfortable. Just feel it out, close it out, go home.
You know, there's a song by The Doors. This is the end. The end, my friend, the end.
Are you sure we won't?
I think it's coming. 39 seconds. It's going to be a B hit. It's going to be Xavier and Eamon that have to make it work. Kaze, though, does manage to strike. That's going to be Manan going down as he works in towards CT spawn. Wanro finds the second. That they go. Look, see, this is exactly what NeckBREAK needed to do. They managed to get A-Star gets the shot onto Kaze, but immediately there was a revenge frag straight in.
But Ritz is still alive here. He gets one. He's going to get a second kill. No, he's not. Xavier's going to shut him down. It looks like the beginning of the end here, ladies and gentlemen, as MVP. You just need 2 more kills, 2 more nail to nail into the coffin, the 2 final nails into the coffin of NeckBREAK. As
Wanro's in a great position as well. He's in graveyard. Aman in boiler. It's going to slow everything down. Milfield's going to have to deal with him. Xavier in pit. They have a brilliant little crossfire setup on this one.
And there you have it.
That's it, ladies and gentlemen. MVP Karnal, they will go through to the elimination. It does.